Hello and welcome to Snacks Unwrapped, where we're going inside the wrapper to uncover the truth about our favorite between meal treats. I'm Mark Summers. Snacks have been around, well, probably since someone stopped in the middle of the day and said, "Hey, I'm hungry." In fact, the oldest snack is believed to be pork rinds. They're popular now and were popular centuries ago in China. So let's start unwrapping. Recognize these little yellow sponge cake? Hostess Twinkies. They're more than a snack, they are practically a food group. You could trade a Twinkie for almost anything at school. And here's the tasty tidbit. They're named after a shoe called Twinkle Toes. So let's head to Twinkie Central, the Hostess Bakery in Schiller Park, Illinois, and get a tour of production. Here in Schiller Park, Illinois, they've got decades of experience making Twinkies. In fact, it's where the cream-filled snack was invented in 1930. It all started with a plant manager named Jimmy Dewar, who had lots of unused baking pans shaped like dessert shells.
One day he was driving down in St. Louis and saw a Twinkle Toes billboard, and he got the idea of calling the product Twinkies. And he would take the dessert shell, inject it with cream, and call it a Twinkie.
Dan Angst is general manager of the Hostess plant, so he knows the golden facts about Twinkies.
The process of making a Twinkie starts with making the dough.
Take one huge mixing bowl. The big ingredients like flour and water are dropped in by a machine. Others in smaller quantities are added by hand. The mixer is a guy who supervises the whole process and knows when the mix becomes a batter. The batter is pumped into individual molds, but look carefully. The curve comes from the shape of the pan, kind of like a bread pan. That's a secret. Twinkies are actually made upside down. All you see as they bake is the bottom of each cake.
After the mix is done, we pump the dough into the pans, and the pans go through a 75-foot oven for approximately 12 minutes. Obviously, you don't want to bake it too long because if it gets dark, people are used to a very nice, soft sponge cake.
After the oven, the cake cools for almost 45 minutes, while the filling is made in another part of the plant. And here's a little-known secret about the filling flavor.
Originally, the first Twinkie was filled with banana, but during World War II, there was a banana shortage. And so they had to change to the vanilla cream filling that everyone enjoys today.
Next, let's uncover the secret to filling a Twinkie. It's these metal tubes which inject the cream into each sponge cake, and all you end up with is 3 little holes.
To make it look very presentable in the package, we have the 3 entry points of the needles that fill it with cream on the bottom of the cake as opposed to the top of the cake. And that's why during the baking process you see the bottom as opposed to the top. It really becomes a Twinkie, in my opinion, after it's injected with the cream, because that's what is the favorite.
Here's a fun step. The Twinkies have been upside down until now, so it's time for a flip. Every pan hits the dump table and pop. The pans go up to get washed and refilled, and the Twinkies start their march to the wrap room.
It takes approximately an hour and 5 minutes to make a Twinkie from start to finish.
There are 500 million Twinkies made a year.
Packaging, boxing, and a final quality check, and another batch of Twinkies is ready to head out the door. Just another day in the life of a Hostess Bakery.
We can make about 55,000 Twinkies an hour. We know that Chicago is the #1 Twinkie consuming city in the United States. We're pretty proud of that, both as a consumer and as a producer.